It's true that the hardest part about investing in real estate is just getting started. So when you're paying your own bills, it's really hard to save 20% for a down payment that you're going to need if you're not owner occupying the rental property that you're buying. So the point is, how do you get started? Well, there's a lot of different ways that you can get some cash to start investing in real estate, but here's one that I've personally done in my investing experience, and also a lot of investor clients of mine have done to get them started as well. So the key is to leverage what you already own to put money in your own pocket. So what I mean by that is you can refinance your own current property, and that'll help put money in your pocket if you have equity there. So as an example, let's say you owe $300,000 on your current mortgage of the house that you now own. Well, if now it's worth $500 market value wise, you can get an appraisal done through the bank, and basically that $500, there's $200,000 worth of equity there, the difference between $500 and $300,000. So that's $200,000. Now, you don't have $200,000 worth of equity because you can only go 80% loan to value. So in this case of the $500,000, you could leverage up to $400,000. Your current mortgage is $300,000, which means you have about $100,000 worth of equity there to play with. But before I go any further, I'm going to ask you to click the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this content. I post 2 videos a week about the Halifax real estate market, so that way you won't miss any of my future videos. Also, if you're interested in talking about the Halifax real estate market, my Calendly link is below in the description. You can book a call or a meeting with me anytime that is convenient for you. Now, there are obviously a lot of variables that come into play when you're considering leveraging what you have, but here's a couple things to consider. So number one, you need to make sure you can afford the new mortgage payments. So in other words, your new mortgage in this example would be on the $400,000. Now, if you bought a long time ago and your rate was a little bit higher than what you might be getting right now, then the payments might not actually be that big of a difference. And number two, you might be making a lot more money now than when you originally bought the home. And also, if you're using this money to buy a rental property that ends up having some cash flow monthly, that extra cash flow from the rental property might offset the added payment to your mortgage on your principal house. So another thing to consider is, will you have a penalty to break your mortgage and refinance? So what I mean by that is, if you are only a year into a 5-year fixed term with the bank on your mortgage, you're probably going to face a pretty big penalty there, maybe 10, 12, 15, maybe even more $1,000. So usually they can work this into the new mortgage, but really, do you want to give up $15,000 worth of equity just to put some money in your pocket? So again, this is something you should consider, and you need to talk to your mortgage broker or the bank specifically to figure out what that penalty will be. And don't forget, there's a big difference between fixed rate mortgages and variable rate mortgages when you're looking to refinance in terms of what the penalty could be. Now, don't get me wrong here, the best way to start investing in real estate, honestly, is just to get started. But if you have the money and you can save the money in a reasonable time frame to start on your own without taking equity out of your current home, that would obviously be better. But the fact is, it's just not feasible for a lot of people. So if you're looking to buy an investment property in Halifax, Dartmouth area, let's say you want to buy something for $400,000 or $500,000, you're looking at an $80,000 to $100,000 down payment at 20% down. So it's just not feasible for everybody. If this strategy can put money in your pocket within a year or two, which it would already take you, say, 5, 6, 7 years to save, then maybe this is the right route for you. But again, there are so many variables here, but I'm just trying to explain one way that you can pull money and put cash in your pocket depending on your current situation at home, and that might get you into the investment world 5 years earlier than you thought possible, especially with the rise in values we're seeing in Halifax and everybody's principal residence over the last couple of years. So if you're looking to get started, I think the best thing you can do is sit down with a realtor and talk to them about what you're looking for in an investment property. There are a lot of different roads you can go in terms of short-term hold, long-term hold, cash flow, looking for something that's going to rise in value a lot over the year. So there's a lot of factors when you're looking to invest in real estate, but get a good realtor and have a good mortgage broker take a look at your financial situation to see what may or may not be possible with your current residence that you might be able to leverage and get into the market sooner.